Democracy versus dictatorship. Democracy literally means the rule of people. It has been defined as the government of people, by the people, for the people. Modern democracy rests on the principle of representation. The people elect their representatives by vote. These representatives attend the legislature and act on the behalf of the citizens. If the citizens are not satisfied with their representatives, they may not re elect them in elections. In theory, democracy is the best form of government. It is the government of the people as distinguished from the government of individual or of a class of people. It makes all the citizens interested in their country by giving them a voice in legislation. It gives them a feeling of importance and a sense of responsibility. It thus gives a new meaning to their personality. Another merit of democracy is that it is less liable to revolution than any other forms of government. Since people themselves elect the members of government, the need for revolution does not arise. In addition to this, a democratic government usually guarantees freedom of thought, action, and speech. This threefold is a very great advantage as it enables the individual to grow freely. Democracy thus offers the most favorable atmosphere for the development of human personality. But democracy has its dangers, the greatest of which is that it may be the rule of ignorance. Carlyle said that the 9 people out of every 10 are fools, and citizens who are not sufficiently intelligent or educated are likely to commit errors of judgment in casting of votes. The best men may thus fail to get elected. Elections are usually a matter of propaganda. However, the voters in countries like Britain and America have proved not so lacking in the judgment as many of the opponents of democracy would have us believe, though it is true that in the underdeveloped countries, the people being illiterate rarely give sound or independent judgment. Another criticism of democracy is that it is wanting in efficiency. For prompt and effective action, unity of action is essential. Napoleon said that one bad general is better than 2 good ones. In multitude of minds, such unprofitable discussions takes place. Whereas unity of control needed for vigorous national life, according to Newman, for example, the British government cannot cope with the emergencies created by war as effectively as a dictator can. This criticism, however, is not very convincing, because in times of war, the British Prime Minister usually wields the power of a dictator. During World War II, for example, Sir Mr. Churchill faced a very few real difficulties as a result of the system of democracy in England. A sounder criticism of democracy in times of war would be to say that the secrecy in military affairs becomes difficult, if not impossible, and that the opposition usually lowers the morale of the people by its condemnation of the actions of cabinet. Dictatorship is certainly not without its merits. As Carlyle points out, the society is an organism and not a machine. No mechanical system like ballot box therefore proves satisfactory. The safer course is to give all power to a dictator. A dictator must, of course, be one who has an exceptional ability to organize, direct, and administer. Parliamentary rule usually means government of cliches of politicians whose purview is strictly limited by their private interests. A dictator, on the other hand, can concentrate all his energies on the uplift and improvement of his country. This is born out of the phenomenal success achieved by Hitler and Mussolini in their respective countries. Mussolini said, "My program is action and not talk." Unfortunately, the methods of dictatorship are and have to be ruthless. Dictatorship employs force and violence to maintain itself. It resorts to physical compulsion, prisons, concentration camps, censorship, intimidation, purges, and executions. Both in Germany and Russia, countless executions were ordered for the stability of dictatorship. A dictatorship cannot brook the slightest opposition. Thus, there can be no freedom of thought or speech under such a system. Intensive propaganda is employed, as was done in Germany, to retain the support of the people. Dictatorship, therefore, by its very nature, hampers the free development for the human personality. It does not allow for the diversity of political opinion and belief, but tends towards political regimentation or standardization of human beings. The greatest danger of dictatorship, however, is its partiality for war as an instrument of national aggrandizement. Practically every dictator preaches war, practically because he is cued by personal ambition and partly because he suffers from exaggerated nationalism. Thank you for watching, and for more videos subscribe to the channel. Thank you.